but the
plant
down.
Plant does come down now in the post situation, but he's looking the wrong way. Poker, great rotation there, great little sandwich from the James Madison players, and they're going to get their first round on the board. A nice rally back in this game for them.
Yeah, really nice to see them sort of step back into a strong situation for themselves, you know, getting the odd man rush for themselves in some ways, and Bendy finding the pick, getting a bomb down at the very least, but still, it's really tough when you're in a 1v2, no matter what game you're playing, because you got to look both ways at the same time. No eyes at the back of your head, unfortunately, but we'll see if they can continue the aggressive defense here from St. Clair. Let's see what they can do.
For sure. And yeah, as we're getting in here, I want to see James Madison try and put themselves in another situation like that. Just try and get a numbers advantage, because right now, with how hot some of these Saints players are, with the way Priestley and Brandon are shooting, that's how you're going to be winning these rounds, because in a 1v1 gunfight, you are going to get traded out by these crazy shots here. Sino once again lasering him down. The Automaton so potent on these long-range angles on Bocage here. And just in Search in general, to be honest, such a quicker time to kill than the MP40, and you also don't find yourself needing the movement so much. And just another quick round from the Saints, going straight for eliminations, no objective necessary.
With the pistol too, by the looks of it, just no shame in that one. And it was such a quick round as well. It was 3v3 and then all of a sudden 3v0 there, so you can see how quickly they can just turn it on there. 2 more rounds here for Saints, and then they've got themselves a nice little map win as well. And you know, it looked close after that last round win there from James Madison, but even then, you flip it back around, put them back on defense, and you see it's just a different beast that they're facing at this point. And with these newer programs, can be a little bit difficult to sort of hold the line. You can see a different strat coming out from Bendy here as well.
Is he just trying to wallbang the upper floor there? I didn't even know you could do that, but you know, there it goes. That's why he's the sniper player right now. You know, you got to have that kind of game info, and Brandon's going to be moving over towards this A side. Gets tagged, and it's Hollywood who's going to finish that off. So now 2 players up on James Madison, still all 4 available for them. And the Saints in a tough situation here. Bendy with the sniper. He's able to get a hit marker, but not a kill. Brutal with the car there. That's not what you want to see. You know, you pick that sniper for the one-shot kills, and now I think Kelp just got a little bit of information on Bendy there, and he's going to drop down on him. Headshot while he's falling. A little bit of damage taken, and now it's Priestley in the 1v4. Honestly, if there's any player to do it, it would be Priestley.
Yeah,
there's one. Rotation around. Look at the way he's perfectly checking all of these angles. Reload going to come through as well, setting himself up for this next push, but JMU, they're not ready for these rotations from Priestley. He's just slithering around this map here. Like, he's in a new spot every 3 seconds, right? You can't really do much. They got to push him while he's trying to plant this, but he's just going to be able to get this down in time, and he just ran past him. Oh, they are not going to be ready for this. Moving up to 2nd floor. And now he can just play cool and casual post-plant here.
There's another one. Here's just 1v1. Oh,
and there's the 1v4 from Priestley to take it to match point for, or to game point for the Saints. Wow, what a showing coming out of the vet there. 9-2, 976 damage in the game so far. Holy.
That's exactly who you want. You know, you've got that clutch gene as a part of you, and my goodness. All of us here just sort of popped off on that one as well, but my goodness, can't imagine how he's feeling about that one. You know, just got to calm the nerves though, one more round here, but their defense has been impeccable here.
Yeah,
it's hard to doubt them.
Yeah, the defense has been great, and when you're coming off of a round like that, it's hard not to feel good. It's hard not to feel the momentum in your hands, and COD is such a momentum-based game, as you know how COD players get. Once you get on a streak, right, you keep that streak going. Brandon finding one with the MP40. It's interesting that Brandon opts for the MP40 on this map, because it seems like the rest of his teammates actually opt for the AR and or the sniper, but there's the eliminations coming through. There's St. Clair grabbing the 2-0 in the series. 6-1. You know, once again, super dominant in this game, and we truly love to see it from this new roster. The chemistry seems to be there. Priestley and Brandon still showing up, still performing super hard there, so it's honestly just great to see.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to take away from the other players as well, because Priestley just, he got us 1v4 there. He got the pop-off moment there. He got the clip that's going on Twitter and everything. So, you know, just really strong play there. And I mean, if this is a sign for what we can expect out of a Saints COD for the rest of the year, No, it's good. It's good already here. Granted, not a whole lot that we know about James Madison. Could be a more inexperienced team, but thus far, Priestley already showing up hard there, as well as Brandon, the newcomers as well. They're carrying their weight as well.
Yeah, so now, as we are going to be moving into Game 3, as Saints look to take a 3-0 in this best of 5, we are going to be moving on to, I believe, Tuscan Control, if I remember correctly, but don't quote me on the game mode there. But yeah, we are just going to be taking another quick break as we get the lobby set up here. We all know how Call of Duty is, so stick around. Should only be a few minutes, and we're going to be getting into that Tuscan Control game, so don't go anywhere.
And welcome back, everyone, to NACE Star League COD action here. Saints dominant thus far, so good at what they're doing. Adam Troll alongside Josh Afundi Pafundi. We're going to get back into this one. Should be getting into this one shortly, as we are going Tuscan Control. Never mind. COD moment.
Yeah. COD moments here, but we're just going to be taking a few more seconds here. But I think we can take a minute here to kind of reflect on these past few games, right? It's so great to see COD. I feel like a broken record here, but Saints COD coming back. They're still in full force is the main takeaway point from these first two games. And as they come into this third game, looking to make it the 3-0 sweep in their week one and just come out absolutely swinging, you got to think, like, what can James Madison do at this point, right? How are they going to be able to, rethink their strategies? Because truthfully, I don't think it's their strategies that are the issue. I don't think their rotations are the issue. I think their positioning is fine. They are just getting outshot. And it's an FPS game in essence, right? So it is just going to come down to better aim wins, especially in such a fast-paced game like COD. So yeah, as we're going to be coming into this Tuscan Control game, should be an interesting one. Control, I know it's a very new concept to you as not really a COD player yourself. So quick little breakdown for anyone who is new with us here and hasn't really watched COD before. Control is an interesting one, right? Because so you have attacking and defending sides, right? And there's 2 points. There's an A and a B, typically on opposite sides of the map.
Yeah.
And so each round, each team, dedicated attackers and defenders, and the attackers are trying to capture each point, but they have to capture both. And then you know, if the timer runs out and they don't capture them, defenders win. And that's pretty much the breakdown. But on top of that, each team is given 30 lives. So it is a respawn game mode, but you have a life counter. So it's like, yeah, it's like a weird mix of like not search, but almost search. And then,
Capture
but
the
it's
flag
like,
almost,
yeah,
right?
it's like domination with 2 points. It's very interesting, but personally, I think it makes for some great COD because you're finding people situated around 1 or 2 main objectives, and the life aspect of it makes it feel like every kill has real weight to it, right? Because in some of those hardpoint games, you know, you see Brandon drop 30 kills in a hardpoint game, but it's like, it's hardpoint, right? Everyone's respawning at all times, so not that those kills are any less meaningful, but the fact that there's a life remaining means that every kill you're going to be slowly ticking down that enemy team's life counter, and then at the end of some control games, it just becomes team deathmatch, and the team with more lives remaining just goes, all right, we're just going to focus on lives and try to fully eliminate them here. So getting in here initially, Saints already trying to capture this 8 point, about to get 1 tick on it here. And there's the first tick captured. So after they grab the first point as well, they do gain themselves a little bit more time to grab the second point. I don't know exactly how much, but we should see it here in just a sec. And there it is, point A secured. Another minute added on to their timer there, so it was a minute. And already we're seeing James Madison just being picked apart here. Two kills on the board for all Saints players. Meanwhile, we're only seeing 3 kills from James Madison to begin with. So slowly but surely, Saints are trying to pick this one up. But James Madison mounting a much stronger defense here near this B point. And for anyone familiar with COD, B point on Tuscan control is definitely the harder one to grab because it's this tight corridor here, and there's so much going on. You're always seeing nades being tossed down through these stairs. There's a million angles you can get jumped at from, right? So it's definitely a tough one, but Priestley coming in, showing his prowess, keeping his hot streak going with that movement there. But Poker and Kelp trading some back themselves.
And you can see the lives already ticking down. 5 live lead, sorry, for the side of Saints here. Let's make that 6 there as they pick up another one. And you can see Priestley Brandon once again leading the charge, but especially here when you've got, you end up getting a deathmatch, as you were saying, once the lives start to dwindle. It's going to be challenging for James Madison to mount a comeback. Still 5 kills in the lead there. Not so much time left, though, so we're going to have to see if they're able to push forward to try and control that, or if they're going to go for the lives win condition here. Very curious, especially with a minute left and less than half of the lives available for James Madison.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely like to see the Saints, you know, at least try to grab a tick or 2 here and not just focus on kills, because now that James Madison is all focused up on this B side, it's definitely going to be harder to find some of these kills as they're just playing these very defensive angles. And we're already seeing that as the lives have essentially evened out. One life lead for the Saints, but I mean, 1 kill in COD is just a snap of the fingers, right? So that could change and flip at any moment. We see Poker on the 5 killing spree now and tying up the lives there. 30 seconds left for the Saints. Looks like this round could be going over to James Madison, which is a nice to grab a lead, especially considering James Madison have been pretty well playing on the back foot in these past few games. Grabbing yourself a round lead initially would be great, but 3 kills coming out from the Saints, and they're actually going to pause the timer here. Maybe this is just what they were waiting for. Now they get to play defense. Ray on a great angle, though. He's able to take out Brandon and Priestley. Oh, and Bendy, actually. Sino going to be coming back for the trade, but now it's 8 seconds left to try and get on this control point. The time is ticking down, and it looks like... Oh, there it is. The time stopped once again. The contest came through, but it's James Madison to be taking that first round on defense. Great defensive play there from them on that B point.
Yeah, really well played from them, actually. You know, they just said, hey, we'll give up. Hey, fine, take it all you want. And they stuck with it. They stayed with the sort of game plan at that. You know, they were able to just hold the line to an extent as well. But now St. Clair are going to have to come back into this one, maybe with a little bit of a different mindset here. Maybe not always going for those kills is the key, but we'll see what they can do on the flip side.
For sure. And already we see James Madison focusing up towards this A point. It's interesting. I know the A point is like a little more neutral, but I almost never see teams go for that B point first. It could just be like, I don't know, they're just a COD default that they kind of gravitate towards too. But Sino is going to be coming in on a crazy flank here. He's about to find one. He's going to find himself in that gun point. gunfight there, but it's actually going to fall to Poker, but no progress really from James Madison on this attacking side so far.
Yeah, timer has been paused out for a bit, but Priestley already picking up 5 here extremely early on, and let's see if they can continue this push forward here. Because on this defense thus far has been quite strong. You can see controlling even both of those points for the time being, and that timer not really moving in, or not really stalling out in favor of James Madison at all here, but now they get a member on the A site. Let's see if they can get a couple ticks down.
Yeah, there is the chance that the Saints are just going to kind of allow this take here, as a lot of teams almost do in Control, as they're letting that second tick almost come through. But the contest now coming through as a few picks have come down. Priestley with the jump shots there onto Prey. And now it's not even able to grab the second tick for James Madison, as they're going to be bringing this back down to first tick. So there's a lot more progress that needs to be made from James Madison. Now they got to remake all that progress on the second tick. And with only 30 seconds to do so, it's hard to do that against someone like Bendy, who's just shooting you, picking you off from such far range. Sino going to fall to Kelp, though, as they are just going to be trying to gain any kind of footing they can onto this A site here, but it looks like it's just going to be a clean round here from Saints on defense.
Yeah, there's no chance that they can get on the site here. No, Bendy just holding a real tight angle there. Still gonna fall. Actually picks up 3 in a row there. Now you can see 5 seconds. It's dwindling down. Bendy finding even more. The rookie showing up here the second round.
Beautiful there for Bendy to just keep them in play there, because honestly, 3 players coming at the one guy playing defense on site, right? That's how you end up flipping the game in James Madison's favor. But Bendy with some quick shots there, some great sprays there, and able to find 3 and just keep it in the game. St. Clair once again finding themselves even, but honestly, all credit to James Madison. They have not really let the life lead get ahead of them, though. It's been pretty well even on lives for both of these rounds here now, other than the starting of that first round. But overall, they're keeping up in kills. It's just really the offensive part of it is just kind of eluding them in that last round.
And I'm very curious to see how they end up playing this one. As you can see, this time around, they're going to go for this B control first. And as you mentioned, a little bit of a harder site to take. We'll see if they can take advantage of this sort of odd strategy, if they can at least get to a tick here, but doesn't seem like that will be the case quite yet. Brandon already picked up 5 in this round. He's on fire to start this one off.
And now Bendy is running over towards that A control point, and we see Poker there from James Madison on the minimap. He's kind of confused. He's like, am I going to run towards this A and try and contest it, or are we just going to allow them to have this B site? So kind of a split attack here from the Saints this time to see if they can, you know, change up the strategy a little bit and grab an attacking round, because a lot of times Control does just end up going to the defensive side, because a lot of these B points are really hard to capture, and that's just the truth of it. But going for a little split attack like this, it allows them to get this A point. They secure the A point, weren't able to secure a tick at B, so they're just about in the same situation they were in that first Control round.
And I think at this point, James Madison just trying to rely on their aim and their familiarity with, you know, B site at that, because that's really where they've been able to hold their ground. You know, 3 live lead coming through. Almost complete, I think, on A. Not sure if they've got that completely controlled yet, but this B side, so many bodies falling on both sides, and it's really just about pushing forward a little bit more. You can see starting to take away that progress on A side. Just want to try and get that one, extend that timer out by a minute.
Yeah, they were so close to that tick. Like you said, I wasn't even sure myself if they had captured it, but yeah, so close to that last tick. But it's James Madison who's able to get the contention, and now the Saints, they're not winning these gunfights like they have been, and now it's James Madison to try and take this A site back. Wow, defense on Control. Who would have thunk it? That's when they would shine.
Up a couple. We'll see if they're able to continue pushing forward. Yeah, a couple of real nice pickups, and they might be able to secure this A site finally for themselves. That's going to be another minute afforded for them. But once again, B site, absolutely no takes. This might just go down to the kills at this point. This is so many fewer lives than we saw last time around. Saints, though, they're going down to the wire. It's real close between the two teams.
Yeah, so even here. Saints with a 1 life lead, but once again, it's even out. It's just trading kills back and forth, and that's how these Tuscan games end up. And we really might see a round end here on eliminations. There's so much time left, and there's so many players huddled around this B site.
Yeah, you've got basically this whole wide open map, but all 8 players just running at each other, all in the same place at the same time. It's really going to come down to the wire. They're down by 2 lives here, Saints, so going to have to be some miraculous comeback play. That's going to be one picked up really quickly. 5 lives, though. You've got to be really careful about your aim duels now, especially when you're trying to push forward a site. So it might just be the time to hold your angles, see if James Madison are going to push into you, and maybe if they miss that.
Yeah, but James Madison playing this very, very smart. They know exactly the situation they're in. They know exactly what you've just explained, but it's Bendy who's going to be able to even it out. And 24 seconds here. All it takes is like 4 good kills from the Saints here, hopping onto that site. And eventually, no respawns remaining for either team here. It is a straight 3v3. We've got Brandon Cino Priestley versus Kelp, Hollywood, and Poker. And now, 1 tick going to be coming down onto this B site, possibly, as the contestant is going to come through. And it's another trade.
Brandon
2
Cino
versus 2. 13 seconds left. And it's a 2 versus 1. Poker's got to find himself these kills here. Cino hiding in the corner there. The peek going to come out. Brandon laying down some suppressing fire for his teammate, and the jump shots are going to find him once again. There is 2-1 from St. Clair College, and they found themselves that attacking round that neither team has been able to find yet. So can they play just some solid defense once again and really take this 3-1 and make it the 3-0 sweep they have been looking for in this first week?
And I think realistically they're getting that kill right as the respawns got dropped on the Pregman. There was the best member because he was the one who was popping off. He had 6-7 kill streaks throughout that round. So really nice to see them sort of turn that back around. We'll see if the Saints defense can hold strong. Been good thus far, getting a first blood already, but yeah, they've been really good at defending A site, which is the important one, as we were mentioning. So much more difficult to get that B site, but if you can keep A site out of James Madison's hands, you're going to be feeling pretty good about yourself. Look at this movement coming through, but Pregman already on the board with a couple of kills.
And as Poker's going to be coming in here towards this site, Bendy not looking at him as the other Saints player. It's Brandon. He's able to get the kill only after Poker decides to re-peek that at half health. So
this though,
lots of kills coming through for Saints here as they've found a nice 4-life lead, which is something we haven't seen since like that first round.
Might have cast the curse a little bit there with that kill right after, but you know, now they're actually pushing it forward there. You can see we're able to pick up a tick onto B site as well, but look at this 7 kill lead already here. This is looking really good for the side of Saints.
Yeah, Brandon already finding him a 7 streak in this round here. Bendy can't fight it out with the pistol as it's Prey who's going to find some kills, but those ARs are just always going to beat the MP40, and I truly hate it because I do love me some SMG gameplay. But those AR sprays, those AR lasers are just so satisfying as Priestley going to find 2 of his own. Cino as well coming in. It's Brandon with some headshots to keep the kills alive and keep this lead going. 15 seconds left for James Madison to try and make something. They have found 1 tick on B side actually, but 8 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. The time is going down. Cino's finding a double of his own. Look at the 5 streak on Cino. 0.7 seconds left as the glide bomb comes through to finish it. And there it is. 3-1 St. Clair College in control. And 3-0 in the series.
Honestly, really well played coming through from St. Clair overall. Seemed like they just had the better aim as well, and they were just on point. You know, a round dropped on Control, a round dropped on Search and Destroy as well, but other than that, effectively a flawless series from them. You know, no real point where we were worried about St. Clair and their win condition at any point. I mean, even on that last map when James Madison made it interesting taking that first round, still not too much worry for Saints fans there. So honestly, quick 3-0 here. Expected maybe a little bit, but honestly, good effort from James Madison nonetheless, coming out here with a couple of really nice rounds as well.
Yeah, a lot tighter in that Control game than the first 2 matches for sure. Although we did see, you know, we saw a good round from them on the Search, but it's just Saints at that upper level right now, and you just can't beat it, right? It's too hype. We saw Brandon with that one, or Priestley was it, with that 1v4 there. You know, I knew it was one of the vets, but yeah, overall, great night for the Saints here. Great 3-0 in this first week, and we can't wait to see some more COD. But we're going to be wrapping it up pretty quickly here because we've actually got League of Legends coming on at 8 o'clock here. So we're going to be going right into this doubleheader tonight. And, you know, we've been having a lot of doubleheaders recently. I know we just casted the Valorant one there on Monday, but can't wait to get into this. I know League is your main game, so it should be exciting to cast that with you. I'll get to test your knowledge a little bit. You probably know more than me, to be honest, but I can't wait to get into that. And we're just going to be taking a quick little break here. Shouldn't be more than 10-15, and we will get back to you once we are ready for that draft. So Don't go anywhere and stay tuned for some League of Legends action.